Well, if you're crying, seagull, so am I. Yes, I'm actually sad because this week's tester is, well, it's not long for this world. And it's affecting me more than I thought. Yes, this is a 2020 Toyota Yaris. And Toyota has announced that, well, after this model year, c'est fini, it's over. They're calling it quits. Canada and the US, no more. I mean, we could have guessed a few years back when Toyota decided no longer to actually build a small car, but to rebadge a Mazda 2, both a sedan and a hatchback, that they were pretty much backing out of the game that essentially put Toyota on the map. But that's not what's making me upset. I mean, okay, so maybe I'm an old guy, but some decades ago, I mean, my friends and I, our first cars were like Tercels and Accents and, oh my God, Chevettes. All these tiny subcompact cars which were incredibly affordable, unbelievably reliable, and ran on fumes all the time. Well, they're all going to be gone. They will be dead. Replaced by, well, I don't know, CX-3s, CHRs, Venues, and the like. And it doesn't sit well with me. And I mean, this car reminds me how many small subcompacts have disappeared just recently. I mean, the Accent, Hyundai just announced, it's done. The Fiesta died a few years ago. The Versa is gone in Canada. We lost the Micra also. I mean, how much longer will the Fit last? What does that leave? But the Rio, the Spark, I mean, the Sonic is gone. How much longer can the Spark stick around with the Trailblazer and other small SUVs coming from Chevy? The Mirage can, I mean, how long will... Well, that's a whole other video on Mitsubishi, but yeah, what, the Fiat 500? I mean, it's over. Small subcompact cars are all but dead in North America. In fact, I think there are probably twice as many station wagons available on the market than there are subcompact cars like this one. All right, enough about being mushy. A word on styling, it's damn cute. It's such a cool little car. It's a Mazda 2, no matter what Toyota did to it, but it's so great. And it's so cheap. I mean, in the US, the hatchback and the sedan both start at $17,750. So you get a 5-door or a 4-door with the automatic transmission, same price. If you want the XLE, which is the top model, it's $18,750. The hatchback in Canada, actually more specifically in Quebec, because although you can technically order a Toyota Yaris Hatchback in the rest of Canada, you probably won't be able to get it. It's reserved for the Quebec market only. So yeah, Canadian pricing or Quebec pricing for the hatchback with the 6-speed manual transmission, the LE is $17,290. The auto adds $1,100, and this one, as you can see, well, it's a top line XLE. So what do you get for that kind of money? Well, a 7-inch screen on the inside with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. That's all standard. Keyless entry, push button start, blah blah blah. The XLE gives you these cute little, no, not cute, handsome 16-inch wheels. Yes, 16-inch wheels, fog lights, and heated seats. And that's it. That's the. No, that's not entirely it. I mean, let's just do the usual tour because, you know, it is a farewell tour actually. It bothers me. Yeah, 450 liters. I think that works out to less than 16 cubic feet of trunk. It's really deep, actually. Very, very. I mean, you can get lost in here or fall in if you're not careful. But yeah, that's the trunk. Split folding seat. How about that? The rear. So this is a 5-passenger car. I mean, you can sit 5 in, 3 across. Yeah. So you're getting in and out isn't too hard. That's my driving position, but leg room, so it's kind of snug, but you can do it. I mean, you know, if you have some very thin friends. This is really a 4-seater, but there's room, or belts, I should say, for 5. All right. I kind of feel silly doing this. I mean, you get this cool blue and black interior. The exterior color is called Sapphire, which is, I think, kind of like the theme color for the car. Yeah. And fit and finish is beautiful. It's very Mazda. The switch gears, the buttons, the plastics. Everything really works well. There's your push button start. Your 7-inch screen coming online right now. There you go. Yes, I agree. Gauges, or gauge. Straightforward, simple. HVAC. And look at that, huh? Heated steering wheel. I forgot to mention it just before. Heated seats. So this thing is actually fairly loaded. HVAC controls. It's got a sport mode. Hang on. There's your controller for the volume, I guess, for the passenger. And there it is. There's the screen again. Storage is as storage was. There's some. This is when the glove compartment actually comes in handy. Door bins are good size. And that's it. That is, well, almost 6 minutes of just crying over this cute little car, which will no longer be very shortly. And now let's take it for a spin because, well, that's the best part about these small cars. Nissan Micra. All right. Don't quote me, or don't. I don't have a crystal ball, but if you happen to live in Quebec and want to buy one of these, or are patient or lucky enough elsewhere in Canada, and you source yourself a manual transmission version of this car, it'll be so rare that I think it could potentially become some kind of oddly appreciating classic. I mean, don't take my word and go ahead and do that, but anyway, that's pointless. If you keep in mind why these cars existed, sadly, they are meant to take you from point A to point B, right? And given that they're so affordable and economical, they don't have a whole slew of gadgets and stuff like that. So the cars are actually light, agile, nimble, all of them. And, that Micra. One of my favorite cars to abuse. I can't admit to that because, Nissan knows that, and they actually asked me years ago to participate in the Micra Cup and beat the car so hard that I actually ended up in the wall at a track. But anyway, that's not. The point is that these cars are absolutely fun to drive, and if you've never driven a subcompact car, you are missing out on what is one of the truest driving experiences still available today for a brief period of time. Now, the Mazda 2. Well, it has a Mazda 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, which produces 106 horsepower, 103 pound-feet of torque. And no, those are not huge numbers, but this car doesn't even weigh 2,000 pounds if my memory serves. Maybe 2,100 with my big butt in it. I don't know. So it's actually a lot quicker than you think. And it's fun is going to be an over-abused word in this review, but you can get up to speed fairly quickly. I mentioned agile, nimble. Steering is spot on. It's light, but it's still, it's enjoyable. The brake pedal feel is fantastic. And the chassis on this car, I mean, it is Mazda, after all. So the damping is fantastic. And it's a rear torsion beam in the rear. Of course, where else would it be? Independent struts up front, but this thing, you can toss it and it just stays with you. Oh God, I love this little thing. I am going to miss it so much. I'm going to miss all these small cars so much. I mean, what else can I tell you, right? It's a small car. It's an appliance meant to get you from A to B. So combined fuel economy on this thing, if you drive it normally, is about 6 liters per 100 kilometers. Yeah, there's some hybrids like the Corolla hybrid or Prius, whatever, that can do way better than that, but they're $10,000+ more than this. So where's the real economy? No, I'm not knocking the Prius or the Corolla hybrid. I love those cars. One more than the other. And now that I'm in traffic, and maybe that's when the automatic transmission becomes useful, which in this case, 6-speed is very sharp, spot on, always shifting when you need it to. Damn, I'm getting even more emotional reviewing the car for no reason. Yeah, that's it. It's I mean, in the segment, just buy any one that your heart desires. There are no bad small cars, which is a funny thing, because you think they're cheap and they're crap, but in fact they're very reliable, very economical. I'm repeating myself far more than cars with a crap load more technology. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Buy Yaris Hatchback, buy Yaris Sedan, which left Canada a while back. We had great times. I'll always remember Uncle Yaris, and oh, I love that Echo hatchback. That was fun too.